Being Wednesday, my name is Dr. Eno Nsima Obat. I'm a board certified internal medicine physician as well as a professional life coach. And the Wellbeing Wednesday is between a 10 to 15-minute video blog in which I provide you with tools to enhance your health and well-being. Now, what better time to discuss summer than now, right? It's sweltering hot where I live here in Chicago. We're actually experiencing a triple-digit temperature this week. And so I figured that no better time than now to discuss sun protection factor, the importance of sunscreen, as well as getting your daily dose of vitamin D. Because let's face it, for those of us who live in the temperate regions in a few months, it's going to be cold again, right? So let's dive right into today's topic because I don't want to take away too much time from your enjoyment of the summer months. So, the importance of applying a sunscreen and what exactly does a sunscreen do for you? A sunscreen helps protect you from the sun's damaging rays. There are two types of rays that the sun emits: UVA rays and UVB rays. I like to remember them this way. The UVA rays are responsible for producing what is called oxidative damage. And if you're not already aware of that term, you should be. I'd encourage you to go ahead and download my book, Dr. Eno's Guide to Living, Dr. Eno's Simple Strategies, Anti-Aging Strategies. By the way, another edition of that book is soon going to be released, but go ahead and download the free ebook on my strategies to aging gracefully, and you'll learn more about oxidative damage. So the UVA rays are responsible for the oxidative damage to your skin and responsible for aging your skin. So remember A for aging. The UVB rays are what become somewhat more predominant over the summer when the sun, right, is closer to the equator in the sky. And so the UVB rays are responsible for sun damage, in other words, burning. Sunscreen protects us from the damage from UVB rays, and there are several factors that, in other words, SPF. So you have the sun protection factors in sunscreen products, and it determines how long it helps protect your skin from damage. But here's a rule of thumb. You know, it sounds all scientific, and people wonder, well, does an SPF of 15, I assume an SPF, the higher the SPF, the higher the protection from skin damage. That's pretty much the rule of thumb. So don't worry about the technicalities, but the important thing is to apply a sunscreen with an SPF of at least between 30 and 45. That's what I highly recommend before going out in the sun. And that's because you're going to get protection that lasts a lot longer than just applying SPF of 15. Now, how much sunscreen should you apply? That's another thing. Somewhere between 5 to 6 ounces on the exposed areas of your skin. And please do not forget your ears. I find that there's a number of cases of skin cancer involving the ears because we tend to forget the ears and also the top of the feet. So make sure that you apply sunscreen all over when you're doing so. Another recommendation I usually go by is to try and use a sunscreen that is protective, that is waterproof. So not only protective, but not only a high SPF between 30 and 45, but also is waterproof. Because my guess is, just like most people, you're going to be heading to the beach or to the pool on a warm day, and you still want to get that sun protection, right? So the highest amount of sun damage occurs technically between the hours of 10 and 4:30. And that's the time when you really want to apply your sun protection factor. Wear a wide brim hat like I'm wearing, and probably a pair of sunglasses, because sun exposure, prolonged sun exposure, increases your risk for cataracts. And that's when the lens in your eyes becomes cloudy and diminishes your vision. So you want to protect your eyes, preferably again with lenses that protect you from the UVA and UVB. So that they're usually called polarized lenses. Now let's talk about vitamin D. Vitamin D is a very important vitamin for the body, and traditionally it is produced by the interaction of our skin with sun rays. Now, I just spoke to you about making sure that you apply enough sun protection factor before you go out, and now you're going to wonder if you apply sunscreen to block the damaging effects of the sun, how are you going to get your vitamin D? Right? And we do have an increased incidence of vitamin D deficiency, especially for those of us who live in the temperate regions. So here's what I usually recommend. As I stated earlier, the highest exposure to sun damage is usually between the hours of 10 and 4:30 every day. So you may want to take an early morning walk somewhere between maybe 7 to 8 a.m. in the morning when the sun rays are not as powerful, and you'll get your daily dose of vitamin D without as much sun damage. Now, here's something I'd like to emphasize for those of us who want to age gracefully, and I'm sure there's many of you watching this who want to age gracefully. A lot of people wonder, should I apply sunscreen year round? I usually advocate, especially for my patients or my clients who want to look good, that they want to apply sunscreen year round. We did speak about the fact that sun protection factor, that there are certain chemicals or ingredients in your sunscreen that protect against UVA damage, and that is traditionally zinc and titanium. And so look for instance, a face product that contains SPF, that contains your sun protection factor, that will help protect your skin year round. I do that, and that helps reduce wrinkles and age spots and signs of aging. So there are my tips for having a healthy and a safe summer. The proper application of your sun protection factor, wear a wide brim hat, don't forget your sunglasses, and also keep yourself well hydrated this season. Until next time, here's your health and well-being. Dr. Eno signing off. Have a safe and happy summer, everybody. Goodbye.